Opposition looks to its future. New violence rocks Damascus. Syria's state news agency reports an explosion has struck the capital. It went off outside a labor union controlled by the state. A number of people were hurt. Let's get more on what's happening today from Nick Payton-Walsh at CNN Beirut. What can you tell us?
Jonathan, what we're hearing about this blast is it appears to have targeted a building called the Federation of Trade Unionists. Now itself, that is of course a civilian target, but it is located near a number of heavily guarded military installations in the heart of the capital. That clearly seems to have been the rebels' target there. According to state media, the device contained 50 kilograms of explosives, so an enormous blast, clearly, and injured 11 people have all since been treated in hospital. So clearly the target perhaps there not hit by rebels, but once again the elite in Damascus will be seeing those plumes of black smoke that are now also familiar from another blast in what should be the securest part of Damascus. Jonathan.
Nick, there is a military standoff. That much is obvious to all concerned. But let me ask you about the politics of the situation, the efforts by the opposition to resolve this somehow.
Absolutely, Jonathan. You're referring to a meeting that's getting underway now in Doha, the capital of Qatar, which is an attempt by Qatar and many other governments to try and get the Syrian opposition groups to come together and to unite behind some sort of rebranded leadership. You'll notice up until now that the Syrian National Council has been the predominant civilian opposition leadership group, but it's been criticised for being divided in itself. In fact, it's already come out against this new initiative, being divided in itself, having many exiles involved in it who have limited experience inside the country, and certainly there's a lot of stewardship here from the United States to try and create some sort of new image for the civilian leadership, to find a new leader. Reports suggesting this may be called the Syrian National Initiative, and it comes also as rebels themselves are trying to clean themselves up to a degree or present a more unified, more sophisticated image. Some videos that they sent to us show.
As Syria's opposition leaders gather to reorganise and rebrand in the calm of Doha, this is part of a new image their fighters desperately want to show the world. It's a remote-controlled car bomb. No suicide bomber required, they say. This can deliver a carload of explosives to up to a kilometre away. Then there's the missiles, replete with Free Syrian Army logos, filmed by them loaded onto trucks and then aimed using Google Maps. No effort spared to seem able to make something out of the little that rebels often complain they have. This missile is made by the National Freedom Movement in Homs, he says. Its range is 6 kilometres. It's now pointed towards an Assad military checkpoint. We don't know what it hit. The Free Syrian Army have had a PR problem, portrayed as ramshackle, chaotic. These pictures, filmed in the Homs region, are a bid to reverse that problem. They want the world to see they've evolved, even make their own mortars, and are ready for outside help.
It's clear that they want to look like an organised professional force that is already moving ahead in terms of their armed capabilities, in terms of their sophistication, and they want to present themselves as deserving of greater external support.
In Doha, the United States wants more battlefield commanders to join forming a new opposition movement. They will be lucky to get men as organised bearing iPads as these appear to be. A new problem we face, one man says, is a lot of people asked to join the movement, but their conduct may not be suitable with our principles. But the fighters are seen as so fractured, and the political leaders too often bickering in exile, that unity is a distant goal. Washington hoping this Doha meeting will finally succeed, where so many other attempts have failed.
Now, Jonathan, that's what the Free Syrian Army would like everyone to think they conduct themselves as. Of course, on the ground, they are often much more fractured, chaotic in their operations, recently showing more coherence and more ability to sustain attacks at certain targets. But the initiative getting underway now in Doha is about trying to provide that all badly needed civilian leadership to this 20-month-long now revolt. Jonathan?
CNN's Nick Payton-Walsh.